This is the 5 pound challenge. Out of the 5 ways to reset your metabolism, this is way 3. Move to regulate, not punish. Because movement is how your body communicates balance. It's not just about burning calories. So if you've ever thought, I just need to exercise more. Oh, I made some bad food choices over the weekend. I need to get to the gym. But you still feel exhausted. You still feel stuck. You are not losing that belly fat that you're wanting to lose. You are not alone. You are not alone. The truth is, movement is not just about calorie burn. It's truly not. It's about communication. Our bodies crave movement, but healthy movement, not punish you movement. And don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with an intense exercise regimen if you're doing it responsibly, if you're doing it appropriately for where you're at in your journey. But a lot of the time, people are misusing exercise. It is a very powerful tool until it is not. And then it can actually hurt your journey. It can hurt your body and can certainly slow your metabolism and slow your weight loss journey. Every time you move, you're sending messages to your hormones, your lymphatics, and your mitochondria to wake up and regulate if we are moving in the right way. Because regular movement improves insulin sensitivity. And this doesn't have to be like 45-minute CrossFit workouts leave you lying on the ground panting for breath. This can be a nice long walk, a light jog, a ride on the bike, a dance party with your kids. Movement does not have to look like one certain thing. So, like I was saying, it improves insulin sensitivity because it helps muscles pull glucose sugar out of the bloodstream and into the cells without needing as much insulin. So we're not doing this like tiring up how much insulin we need. We're actually bringing it down. Oh, I don't need as much insulin, and so now my body and my cells are more sensitive to insulin. Muscle contraction itself is actually telling your body to burn fat for energy as opposed to what's circulating in the bloodstream. And so that will help utilize fat for fuel and will also improve your mitochondrial function, which are your cells' batteries. Movement, gentle movement, well, any movement, will boost lymphatic flow. So that will help get those byproducts out of you. Yesterday, we talked about inflammation and inflammatory byproducts needing to be removed actively via water and movement. And so with that increase in lymphatic flow, we can clear toxins and the inflammatory debris. And then gentle daily movement lowers overall average cortisol and inflammation, keeping your nervous system more in that rest and digest state and less in that fight or flight state. Like I said, there are certainly times and places for a high intensity or even moderate to high intensity exercise. But so often I see the people that are interested in restarting their metabolism, sparking that metabolism, getting on that weight loss journey, getting rid of those last 10, 15 pounds, or even starting, getting rid of the first 5 or 10 pounds, are just, they're hitting it wrong. They're hitting the gym 2-a-days, too long, too hard, too high intensity, and they're actually moving themselves backwards without realizing it. So moving that intensity down is very, very helpful for a lot of the goals that people have. You don't need to crush it at the gym. You just need to be able to tell your body, we're safe, we're active, we can move because we're healthy and we're alive and we are adaptable. So how we can do this, just know where you're at. Are you moving daily? What does that look like? Are you moving a lot? Are you doing high intensity exercise? Are you walking? Are you sitting most of the day and then your brain is so exhausted by the time you get home, you're not moving at all in the evening? We really need to know where your baseline is first to know where we need to go next. But I'm just going to say, if you're not doing any movement, we need to move it up a bit. If you're doing a lot of high intensity movement, you might consider bringing it down for a while just to see how your body responds. So 10 to 20 minutes is plenty to start your momentum off. So just going out for, like I said, a walk. 10 to 20 minutes, it doesn't have to be super intense. I would say get to the point that you feel your heart beating, but not that you're like panting for breath though. So the reason it's so nice to go on walks with friends or loved ones is because you have conversation with them. And so it naturally keeps you at a good intensity. You're not walking so hard and so fast that you can't have a conversation. For right now, that's the intensity we're looking for. So brisk walks after meals is great because it also helps with the digestion. Just a quick body weight circuit. So body weight exercise is just anything that you don't need equipment for. Lunges, squats, getting on the floor and getting back up again. Those are all body weight movements. You could do light stretching, like yoga, or like I said, dance party with your kids. We are dancers in our household. And so we had dance parties all the time. And you betcha I count that towards my daily movements. But that's, you can do all of these things. And then bonus, you're teaching your family what to value and healthy ways to live. So even a 10-minute walk, and like I said, just not even at a super fast pace, just a nice brisk walk, can lower blood sugar spikes by 20 to 30%. And when we were talking about wanting to improve our insulin sensitivity, decreasing your blood sugar spikes is huge in accomplishing that goal. You can also mix in strength, mobility, stretching, like cardio during the week. So it doesn't have to be like, oh, I can only do a 10 to 20-minute walk every day now. No, like you can do the body weight stuff. You can do circuit stuff. You can get your dumbbell. That's fine. We just want to make sure that where you are right now, we are moving you appropriately in the right direction. So again, if you're not doing much of anything, let's move that up. If you're doing a lot, let's move it back. And maybe you just don't use as heavy of weights, or maybe your workouts just aren't as long. It doesn't have to be like a steep drop off. And the other nice thing about this is we want you to do it gradually so you can kind of see the changes in how you're feeling and know where your sweet spot is. Because chronic exhaustion will create cortisol buildup, and it will definitely drop off your fat burn. So things you can expect from changing your movement to be more for communication and less for punishment, more steady energy and mood, better sleep and digestion, less inflammation and stiffness, and easier fat loss as insulin and your cortisol levels normalize. So today, pick one time in your day to move intentionally if you aren't already doing that. If you are doing that, like I said, just bring down the intensity or the time. Walk after dinner, stretch before bed, lift light weights, just even between tasks, have a couple of dumbbells by your work desk. Movement, consistency will be intensity every time though. So make sure you're doing something. Just make sure you're not running your body into the ground, because movement should not be for punishment. So tomorrow we're going to talk about how sleep is one of the most overlooked metabolism tools overall, and how we can use sleep strategically in our metabolic support journey and our weight loss journey.